Yo guys, what's up? In today's video we will be making our first prefab, we will be doing some map design, and we will be making an enemy. So let's get right into it. Let's just start by making our map a little bit better, because right now we have a very small map and we only have like this player. So let's extend the map a little bit further. So let's select the scaling tool and then select the blue box and scale it up. So this should be good. Then press W or go to the move tool and move the map a little bit forwards. Alright, so now we have a good map. We will spawn the enemies right over here on the end of the map. By the way, press Alt and click and move your mouse to rotate around a center point. So like when I press F and I press Alt and I press my left mouse button, I can rotate around the player, right? Also another cool thing is when you right click, you can fly with your camera by just using your regular keys, which are W, A, S, and D for me. Alright, so let's create our enemy. Let's right click on the sample scene in the hierarchy and let's create a sphere. Let's also just transform the reset the transform, and there we go, we have an enemy. Now let's make him a little bit bigger. No, actually this is fine. Let's go to our materials and give him a color. So we need a material and we will call it enemy. We will drag it onto the enemy, which is our sphere here. Let's change the name real quick. Enemy, boom. And then what color should we give him? Let's give him like a bluish color. Now it looks like he's like some kind of toxic ball that you don't want to touch. And you can also make him like metallic. So if you do it like this, he looks a little bit metallic. I don't really want to do that right now, so I'm gonna do it on like 1.5, 0.5, 0.5, sorry. And then you can, I'm gonna do the smoothness on like something, yeah, something like this, 0.4. That doesn't really matter. You can do whatever you want. So now what we want to do is we don't want one enemy, we want multiple enemies. So let's make another folder, right click on assets, create and create a folder. And let's call it prefabs. So I will explain what a prefab is right now. Just drag in the enemy here in the prefab folder. And as you can see right now, we have like enemy. And if you go here to the inspector, it says prefab assets. So what that means is you can take the enemy and just slide into the map. Take it, slide. And you can do this a limited amount of times, but we don't need all of those for now. So let's just delete them. So yeah, now you have an enemy prefab, which will be really handful later into the tutorial. And let's also make a prefab for our player, because we might need that later on. Now, this is really everything for today. We learned how to make a prefab, we learned how to make a sphere, and we also learned a little bit more about materials. Thanks for watching, guys. I see you tomorrow in the next tutorial.